Hey there. So it's been a little while, but I figured it was time to do some more videos, and so here we are doing some more videos. The world has changed. I'm in a new place. Things have changed. Uh, Time to get some more videos in. So today I'm going to be talking about things that occur in the shadows. I'm going to talk about shadow IT and shadow data. You may have heard of shadow IT before. Shadow data is kind of a new term, one I'm only just becoming familiar with myself. But that's what we're going to talk about today, shadow IT and shadow data. So let's talk about people at work. When people are at work, what do they want to do? They want to get their work done, right? They want to get it done as quickly and as efficiently as they can for all kinds of reasons. So they don't have to be there as long, so they can move on to the next thing. So, there's lots of reasons why people want to get through their work. So people are looking for ways to do their work, like I said, more efficiently, more effectively, get it done faster. People also like new technology. They like new toys. They like new gadgets. They like slick new software. They like new technology that can help them get their work done more quickly and more easily, or give them something that the current technology environment doesn't give them. Maybe it's freedom or mobility or something like that. But people are always looking to kind of expand what technology they can use. And on the other side of that is the organization's IT department. And, IT is not always the fastest to implement new technologies, right? So that can create a clash. People want to start using some new technology. The IT department hasn't adopted it. Now there's a gap where there can be risks and threats that an organization is opened up to. So I'll give you a couple of examples, mostly because I'm old and they're easily to relate to, but you'll be able to draw the parallels to new stuff. So, for example, Wi-Fi wasn't always ubiquitous, right? There wasn't always Wi-Fi everywhere. There was a time when everything had to be plugged in, and it wasn't always so great. So what did people do when they wanted to use wireless? Well, the company wasn't giving them wireless, so they'd go out, buy their own wireless router, plug it into the company's network, and hey, look, our department has Wi-Fi now. Great for everybody. Except that we now have a piece of technology that the organization doesn't know about, so they can't secure. It's, of course, hasn't been risk assessed, and who knows what the configuration is. Maybe it's secure, maybe it's not, but that's now a vulnerability on the corporate network, and we're open to more threats. Our attack surface has increased because of it. So it's not good. Same thing with tablets. There was a time when tablets were not ubiquitous. Everybody didn't have a tablet. Oh man, I feel old. Anyways, so tablets, right? When tablets first started coming in and wanted to be used, I remember I had a Gen 1 iPad. Organizations weren't really supporting the use of iPads, but employees wanted to use them. So what did employees do? They figured out a way around IT to be able to use the iPad and tablets and whatnot. And organizations, had to catch up and get to that for employees. So lots of networks are now locked down. They've got controls in place to prevent this kind of stuff from happening. But of course, new technologies, new ways of things happening. And a cloud technology is like a perfect example of this, right? Companies developing an application of some kind. They, are using cloud services like AWS or Google Cloud or LinCode or Vultr or something, right? And they have a copy of some of their data on these services, and they might use it for testing, or they might use it to develop the application, and then they kind of forget about it. But the data is still there, right? Organizations can only protect things that they know about, and if the IT or security departments don't know that there is a database on AWS or a database somewhere else, or application code somewhere else, they can't necessarily discover it and secure it very easily. So again, this is sort of the parallel when I talk about some of the old examples are easy to understand, but there's new examples like the cloud one I just gave, where we have new technologies that people want to use because it lets them get their work done more quickly, more efficiently, more effectively, and organizations they have to adapt to this kind of stuff. And if they don't, you get shadow IT and shadow data occurring. So, what's an organization going to do about that? Well, I think there are really two things. The first one is that you got to listen to your employees. When employees are telling you that they need a solution for something or they've got to perform X, how do we do that? and there's no answer for the company about how to do that, the company needs to step in and provide a secure, evaluated, assessed option for the employees to do what they need to do. When data needed to be moved around between people a lot, what would people use? USB drives, unencrypted, Dropbox, cloud services to move data around. And again, unprotected, unsecured, not what an organization wants. But when employees have no other choice, they're going to turn to the stuff, that they can use, and that's easy for them to adopt and helps them get their work done. So organization, you got to listen to your employees. You got to fill the needs that they have. And you need to develop policies and governance around use of new technologies. Remember when social media was brand new? Oh man, I feel so old. When social media was new, organizations didn't really know what to do with it. They didn't know how to deal with it. So again, got to have a policy in place to kind of govern how that's being used in an organization, because that's going to help you manage your risk, your vulnerability, the threats that can occur because of that. So it's an ongoing thing. Just like all things in security, it's a balance between usability and security. Make something too secure, people can't use it. Make something not secure enough, people will go around it and outside of it. It's a balance, right? It's a balance that you've got to try to meet. And there are usually secure solutions for most things. It's just a matter of an organization finding them and implementing them so employees can use them, so employees don't feel like they've got to go around IT, right? It's, the joke, the Dilbert joke, the preventer of IT, right? It's like that. IT needs to be an enabler, not a blocker. Security needs to work with the business, not be a blocker. Got to work with business to get what the business needs done. So, yeah, there you go. So something to think about. Lots of organizations, have no IT. They're not secured. Their users are not particularly technology savvy. They're going to be leaking data, putting data at places where they shouldn't be, using technology they shouldn't be. Things you got to think about to secure your physical and logical assets. Alrighty. I hope that was interesting. Give you something to think about. Have yourself a good day.